Hello and welcome to the show. Tonight we're diving headfirst into a crisis that's affecting everything you own, want to own, or vaguely remember owning before it got stuck on a boat somewhere off the coast of California. I'm talking, of course, about the U.S. ports crisis. It's a situation so backed up, it makes your grandpa after Thanksgiving dinner look like a paragon of digestive efficiency. We're not just talking about a few delayed packages here. We're talking about a logistical nightmare of epic proportions. At its peak, we've seen reports of over 10,000 containers, yes, 10,000 metal boxes, each the size of a small apartment, just sitting there, stuck in maritime limbo. Imagine 10,000 angry Karens demanding to speak to the manager of the ocean, and you're only halfway to understanding the sheer scale of this monumental cock-up. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a full-blown economic aneurysm. So how did we get here? How did the land of the free and the home of the brave become the land of the your package is delayed indefinitely? Tonight we're going to unpack this mess, container by metaphorical container. We'll look at the causes, the cascading consequences, the baffling responses, and what, if anything, can be done. Stick around because this is one traffic jam you literally can't afford to ignore. So, let's rewind the tape a bit, shall we? How did our ports get so clogged? The great stuffing. We bought so much stuff during the pandemic, this surge hit our ports like a tidal wave. Our aging ports were unprepared. We're running a modern economy on ancient infrastructure. Other countries invested in automation? We didn't. Our ports are bottlenecked by outdated systems. It's a system creaking under strain. The lack of investment has come home to roost. Now, when you have thousands of containers playing a very expensive game of statues off the coast, the impact isn't just confined to the docks. The first and most immediate consequence is, of course, delays. Your package, which was promised in 2 days, now has an estimated delivery window that spans several geological epochs. These delays aren't just an inconvenience for those of us eagerly awaiting our latest online impulse buys. They have a profound impact on businesses that rely on a steady flow of components and finished goods. Imagine you're a car manufacturer. You need thousands of parts arriving just in time to keep your assembly line humming, but suddenly, your crucial shipment is stuck on a ship somewhere near Long Beach. Your entire production line grinds to a halt. This just-in-time manufacturing system, once lauded for its efficiency, has shown its Achilles heel. It was designed for a world of predictable, smooth-flowing logistics. When that flow gets constipated, the whole system seizes up. Companies that used to keep minimal inventory to save costs are now finding themselves with empty shelves and idle factories. Ultimately, the supply chain is a chain, and a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So, we've established that our ports are jammed and your stuff is late. But what does this logistical logjam actually mean for your bank account? Well, spoiler alert, it's not good news. For the rest of us mere mortals, this crisis translates directly into increased costs, a phenomenon economists politely call inflation. When ships have to wait for weeks, sometimes months to unload, they incur massive operational costs. Fuel, crew salaries, port fees for just loitering, it all adds up. And guess who ultimately pays for that? You do, the end consumer. Shipping companies aren't charities, they're businesses. So, they pass those increased costs onto the companies whose goods they're transporting, and those companies, in turn, pass them on to you. Then there's the issue of container scarcity and cost. With so many containers tied up, the price of simply renting a container has skyrocketed. What used to cost a few $1,000s to ship a container from Asia to the US can now cost tens of thousands. This isn't just a rounding error, it's a fundamental shift in the economics of global trade. And again, that cost eventually finds its way into the price tag of everything from your sneakers to your sofa. Chapter 4. The Human Element. Where did all the dock workers and truckers go? Labor shortages are a major issue. Dock workers, truck drivers, and warehouse staff are insufficient to meet demand. Pandemic disruptions, an aging workforce, and challenging conditions contribute to this shortage. The trucking industry also faces a long-standing driver shortage. This creates a docklock situation with containers piling up and ships unable to unload. Chapter 5. The little guys get clobbered, small businesses versus the container colossus. While multinational corporations with their deep pockets and dedicated logistics departments are certainly feeling the pinch from this port crisis, it's often the small businesses who are getting absolutely steamrollered. For them, this isn't just an inconvenience or a hit to the quarterly profits, it can be an existential threat. Large corporations can often negotiate better shipping rates due to their volume. They can absorb higher costs more easily. Small businesses? Not so much. They're often at the mercy of the market, facing the same astronomical shipping price hikes as everyone else, but with much thinner margins. That $20,000 price tag to ship a container that used to cost $3,000 can wipe out their entire profit on those goods. Then there's the uncertainty of delivery. A large retailer might be able to manage a few delayed product lines by shifting focus or relying on existing stock. A small business owner who has poured all their capital into a seasonal order of, say, Halloween costumes, and those costumes are still stuck on a ship in mid-October, that's devastating. They miss their sales window, they're stuck with unsellable inventory, and their cash flow dries up. Many small businesses also lack the sophisticated inventory management systems of their larger counterparts. They rely on their suppliers and shipping partners to be reliable, and when that reliability evaporates, they're left scrambling. Chapter 6. Uncle Sam to the rescue, or just waving from the shore? Our ports are chaotic and the economy is feeling it. Where's the government? The government has tried to help, but results are mixed. Efforts include task forces and roundtables, some improvements, but it's slow. Infrastructure funding is a long-term solution. Projects take years, not quick fixes. Chapter 7. The not-so-green gridlock. Our planet pays a price too. Amidst all the talk of economic fallout, delayed PlayStations, and the existential angst of small business owners, there's another victim of this port pandemonium that often gets overlooked: Mother Earth. Having hundreds of massive ships idling offshore for weeks on end isn't exactly a recipe for clean air and pristine oceans. These container ships run on massive diesel engines, burning colossal amounts of fuel. When they're anchored or slowly cruising outside a port, waiting their turn, those engines are often still running to power onboard systems. This means they are constantly spewing out emissions: carbon dioxide, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter, directly into the air, often near coastal communities. The sheer concentration of these idling ships creates localized pollution hotspots. Imagine a traffic jam, but instead of cars, it's hundreds of floating factories, each with a smokestack. The air quality in and around these busy port areas, which often already suffer from industrial pollution, gets demonstrably worse. This has direct health implications for the people living nearby, contributing to respiratory problems and asthma. The increased truck traffic, with thousands of diesel trucks queuing, idling, and crawling in and out of the ports, adds another layer of pollution. The whole system, when it's not flowing smoothly, becomes an incredibly inefficient, pollution-generating machine. Chapter 8. Global Games and Port Pains. When international squabbles spill onto the docks. International trade tensions add another layer of complexity to port operations. Trade disputes, tariff wars, and protectionist policies disrupt established trading patterns, leading to uncertainty and congestion. Companies scramble to reroute supply chains, causing artificial surges in demand and further straining port capacity. Chapter 9. Uncorking the bottleneck. Can we actually fix this hot mess? Alright, enough doom and gloom. We've dissected the problem from pretty much every conceivable angle. So, the billion-dollar question is, what can we actually do about it? Are there solutions? Can we unclog these constipated ports and get things flowing smoothly again? The answer is yes, probably, but it's going to require more than just wishful thinking. First and foremost, let's talk infrastructure. This is the big one, the long-term fix. Investing in deeper channels to accommodate larger ships, more modern and automated cranes, expanded rail yards within or near port complexes, and improved road access is absolutely critical. This means spending serious money, but the cost of not doing it is even higher. Secondly, technology and data sharing. Better systems for tracking containers, predicting arrival times, coordinating between ships, ports, trucks, and railways can help optimize the flow. Imagine a Waze for shipping containers, a system that allows all stakeholders to see the same information in real time and make smarter decisions. Then there's the workforce. We need to address the labor shortages in critical areas like trucking and dock work. This means looking at compensation, working conditions, training programs, and pathways into these careers. Making these jobs more attractive and sustainable isn't just a social good, it's an economic necessity. Chapter 10. The Long Voyage Home, Charting a Course Beyond the Crisis. After navigating port congestion and supply chain issues, where does that leave us? A demand surge, old infrastructure, and labor shortages created this mess. Understanding the problem is the first step to not repeating it. The crisis exposed vulnerabilities in our logistics system. Logistics is as vital as electricity or the internet. When it works, it's seamless. When it breaks, the consequences are painful. Outro. So, what's in your container? Staying afloat in a sea of uncertainty. The United States ports crisis. Too much stuff, not enough space, and heroic efforts to keep it all from imploding. Increased demand met outdated infrastructure, kinking the supply chain and squeezing your wallet. Labor shortages, small business struggles, government efforts, and environmental tolls. A complex crisis with more tentacles than a kraken. This isn't just a temporary blip. Infrastructure investment, smarter technology, and resilient supply chains are vital. Addressing these challenges is crucial for the economy and global trade. So, what can you do? Well, short of buying your own tugboat and personally directing traffic in Long Beach Harbor, which,